Talk and rock.
The Big Dumb Fun Show.
You're listening to the Big Dumb Fun Show. That's right, we are online at BigDumbFunShow.com. Friend, fan, follow us on Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, Twitter, Eventful, Reverb Nation, Google, Tumblr.
You forgot Google Plus.
And Google Plus.
I like the Google Tumblr.
The Google Tumblr.
I think I would get Rena for her wedding a couple of really nice Google Tumblrs. I think that would be just to die for. You would absolutely love it, and they would look great in your little cabinet. And if you wouldn't be able to take them back because you would have no idea where I got a Google Tumblr, which is also a reason why I'm just going to make something, right? And there's no way you're going to be able to take it back because I'm going to paint you a pretty picture or something like that.
Do that. See, I like art. I mean,
with my feces, exactly.
I was
that's why I was thinking this is one of a kind.
I was going to suggest to Venkman that maybe what he do is give a couple of our remote control cars.
Hey!
Is it all right at a wedding to do a regift?
Oh, I don't know. I would assume that if just asking for cash.
Forget the whole like cash or get them a gift. What about a regift?
Fine.
Like,
here you go. I got
only
this
reason I made that comment is because people are asking. For people who don't ask, if you do get a gift from Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm not going to say we're going to take it back. I'm not stating that.
I would tell them right then and there to their face, "Oh, thanks, Grandma. I'm going to love taking this back."
I'm just stating the obvious.
Yeah, Salvation Army's got a great return policy.
Gunnerg, you sent me this message over the week about this smartphone. What is going on here? It's a smart. It's actually like going back to the smart watch. Do you even wear a watch anymore?
I don't wear a watch.
Yeah,
what's a watch?
Exactly, a watch. Do you have? You don't have one.
I don't wear watches.
I was just talking to the wife last night, saying I think I'm going to go back to wearing a watch. Because nobody wears them anymore because you got your phone. And the phone usually keeps time.
Do you
but
know?
It is very stylish for a man to wear a big watch.
Oh, God. Those kids are kids that are in high school and middle school now. They don't know how to read those clocks anymore. They can only tell digital. So every time I ask my brother...
The old analog clock.
Because my clock in my car is that whole analog. And sometimes I have to sit there and be like, oh, there's a 12, 1, 2, 3. And then I have to go by like 3 to figure out 4 and 5 is just because we don't look at those anymore.
Yeah.
But I could tell you, my brother looks at the clock and he's like, can you tell me what time it is? Because he doesn't know how to read one of those.
Is he stupid?
No, he's not stupid.
Oh, okay. Is he learning disability?
They just don't teach that anymore. Everything is digital. Everything is so easy for the kids that it's, I don't know.
No, I think
they're cutting out cursive.
They're going to stop teaching cursive. That was a big step.
And then it's like everything's digital. Everything's so simplified for them that when I was growing up, it's like cursive, and then you had to learn how to read the clock, and then you had to be able to see that ticker going around.
This is a smartwatch.
This is a little different.
Yeah.
This isn't anything like just like a Timex. I don't even think they're talking about something like when I think about smartwatches. First, I always think of like the cartoon series TV. Not really a TV
series.
Is it
smarter than
Dick
you?
Tracy.
Yeah,
you know where he
would
talk into his smartphone. Before there were ever cell phones, there was Dick Tracy, and he had his smartphone. He'd talk into his smartphone.
Well, it was actually just a two-way walkie-talkie, though.
Well,
right?
but I'm just saying though that idea that you know, so they're coming out with these. I was reading online, Samsung
or Nextels
has got a smartwatch.
Yeah, I've seen.
After the Dick Tracy, I remember when I was in high school, Casio came out with a watch, and of course Casio's watch, you could like put in addresses, but it was a calculator on the watch.
I don't
think that's not what I'm talking about. Not in 2013.
Everybody would love the guy that had the calculator watch. Like nerd alert, nobody liked that. But what I've seen, and this is the story talks about Samsung, how they're developing a smartwatch to compete with whatever Apple may be.
Apple may be coming out
with
a smartwatch.
I had a picture. I had a picture of this this prototype that somebody designed. And check this out. It looks like a spider. It goes on your hand.
Gross.
And it's like your phone is resting on the back of your hand, and it has little spider things that go in between your fingers. Check this out. Like, how awesome would that be to always have your phone? Gunnar, can you, or maybe you can.
It's on your camera.
Maybe you can see it right there. You see that right there?
I've seen that before, but that's basically putting your phone.
It's kind of like a phone
on your wrist.
Well, isn't that what a smart watch would be?
Why don't you just super glue it to you?
Because you couldn't take it off.
You're just talking ridiculousness.
Yeah, you don't. That doesn't make any sense.
Bush
super
league.
glue it.
Oh, then why don't you just tie your own phone with a string or something?
Well, why don't you just hang it from your head? No, it's basically the idea of having like an Android operating system, like you'd have on your phone. Of course, you're a BlackBerry person, so you wouldn't know. But so having an operating system on a phone.
Yeah.
This is a BlackBerry.
And using the apps, much like you'd use the apps on your phone, only having it like a wristwatch.
Like an iPod.
No, smaller.
I'm totally for it.
Something smaller. Something that's, because you wouldn't want to have, I've seen the little spider thing to hold your phone on your wrist, but, you don't want something that's a 5-inch long phone on your wrist.
But
You just
how
want
can
a simple
you see
watch.
that? I mean, if you have a simple watch and you're trying to do like an iPod style on your watch.
I would absolutely love one of
can
these
you
gadgets.
see
Like
it?
this would be and this may be the next big thing because everyone's got the phone, right? But you got the phone and you have to buy the protectors and you have all that stuff. You wouldn't have to buy a protector necessarily if it was on a watch form.
Why don't they just kill off mankind?
Well, I don't know, but
and let robots rule the world and iPhones and iPads because there's just no. You never have conversations one-on-one with people anymore.
They don't know how to give good gifts.
That's right. Robots give the worst gifts ever. But I think another application for this that I would like to see is using your phone or your smartwatch now as a projector to where you can now project some sort of like a hologram. Whether it's something, if you have a PowerPoint presentation, now you just whip out your smartwatch and you get the presentation right up on the big screen. Like, and you're taking photos. Just you can take photos, you could shoot webs out of it. I mean, there's so many cool things and apps that you could do as a watch. I think the biggest one is that I would want to see some sort of a projector that the phone can actually project.
Like a PowerPoint.
Here's the problem. If you get a phone call, how do you hold your foot? Now are you going like this? Hey, what's going on? I'll just be a minute.
No.
Maybe you're just sort of Dick Tracing it, talking into your wrist. I think what they would do, and what makes the most sense
Hello, mother.
when it comes to a smartwatch, is to pair it up with like a Bluetooth. So that you've got like the little headphone and the microphone in your ear. So because otherwise everyone's always going around like what time is it?
But is
only they're talking to their wrist.
But is a smartwatch really meant to be a phone, or is it kind of like an iPod? Because you know how they have the iPod and all those gadgets.
It's
if
like
you're going to
an
spend,
iPod,
if you're going to
and
spend,
then it has
like
apps and you can serve stuff
like
up
an
from
iPad.
it.
An iPad as a watch, you can't talk on your iPad, but you can do pretty much anything on a laptop.
If you're going to spend money on this, like if I'm going to spend $500 on a watch, it best be able to make a phone call.
But your iPad doesn't, and your Apple laptop doesn't, and you spend as much money on that too.
Yeah.
True, but that's a big tablet. This is something right on the palm, right on your wrist. I think it's apples and oranges.
But you're going to have cellular, so you're going to have to
Imagine
pay
having
monthly
like
for
a
it.
GPS on your watch.
Oh man, this would be badass. I'm so looking forward to this. Gnerk's going to buy us all one when they get released. Thank you very much. Musical Blades are coming up next.
I told myself it never happened again, repeating so over and over. Wait for it to